Hey guys, welcome back to our live show. It's Jeff from Home Renovision. Today we are talking all about warranty. That is a really big bite to take. So what we're going to talk about today specifically is what is warranty? What good is it? Is it any value at all to you as a homeowner? What does it look like as a contractor when we had warranty issues? What kind of service did the companies give us? We had specific unique experiences. Okay, so contractors, they get a little more credibility, a little bit more benefit of the doubt, especially with new products. But how do we manage our expectation as a homeowner? When you call in and say, hey, the product didn't live up to its expectation, what do we do with that, right? We're also going to talk about the difference between a mechanical and an installation warranty. So you buy a stove and it just don't work. Well, that's easy, right? You'll either send out a repairman or they'll replace it. Why does that happen? Why does mechanical stuff break down so often? We'll talk about that today as well. We're also going to talk about examples about flooring, about Schluter. Schluter is a great product and it's been around a long time and it's changed its warranty a lot over the years and its warranty process. And so it's a great example for us to learn as far as understanding what's going on behind the scenes and what they're looking at. What are the companies really looking to do with a warranty? Are they looking to give you a feature and a benefit that sounds amazing up front, but once you hit the back room of the warranty department, it's like it's worse than dealing with the IRS? You know, that's the question. And how it changes over time. What happens if you win your warranty claim and what happens if you lose it? All coming up right now. Let's jump into it. We're going to talk a little bit about warranty. We're going to take some questions, okay, from you guys at home. And then we're going to open up the phones in a little bit and we're going to go live and answer some questions. So hopefully some of you out there are in the midst of some problems that we can maybe help navigate the solution. Manage your risk and reward expectation, okay? All right, so first of all, warranty as a contractor. I've had a few experiences. We would call up the company and generally speaking, we have suppliers and those suppliers are in constant communication with product reps. Guys are in the sales department or have regions that they cover. And so they'll send a product rep out to a job site if we have a problem. And we'll talk about our installation process, you know, what products we use, blah, 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 and how it is that the product's not working. And in most cases, in those situations, the product reps are like, hey, you guys, you didn't do the right procedure. You used the wrong thin set with this product, right? Or there's too much slope in your floor for this product. And so then they recommend solutions. And in a lot of cases, when dealing with the contractors, there's a little more mercy there. They're more willing to put product on the market, give us free stuff to help us finish the job. Because they know that if they train us once, they were going to use their product forever, and they're more willing to help. Now, it's not the case with homeowners, all right? You guys get no credibility. You don't even know who the product rep is. You don't know who to call. So you're stuck calling the 1-800 number on the back of the product, or you do a Google search and you get a warranty company. When you do that Google search, the first thing you find out is the company that sold the product to you is not the company that's the warranty company. It's a different LLC. It's a different corporation. All right? It's all owned by the same parent corp, but it's a different corporation. And so you can't just jump online real quick and say, oh, I've got a problem with XYZ company, their product sucks. Because the truth is, you have a warranty claim, you're having a warranty issue, and you're now dealing with a warranty company. So whether or not you're happy with them has nothing to do with the product. And until you find out if it was your installation or the product, you can't go and defame the product. You run yourself into some trouble, okay? So be careful with that. They have separation for a reason so that they can send you a little letter and say cease and desist or pull your comments down. They give themselves that buffer, all right? It's the internet, baby. It's the Wild West. So they got to manage their reputation online. Okay, so first of all, installation. Let's deal with the installation warranties because one of the most popular questions I ever got on this channel was, hey, Jeff, we're doing flooring. You recommended like 7 years ago with vinyl, I told you you need an underpad for sound, right? Put an underpad in for sound absorption. People would contact me all the time. Jeff, the Home Depot flooring says, don't put an underpad or it voids the warranty. Well, now you got to choose. Are you that concerned about the warranty or are you that concerned about having a product that's installed in your home that doesn't sound like an echo chamber, right? Because without an underpad for sound transmission control, vinyl on concrete sounds horrible. I always recommended, to hell with the warranty, get a good installation. Sure enough, 2 years later, they said, ooh, we've approved an underpad for warranty work, or with our assembly now. Now you can buy our underpad and our flooring and it works great. So everybody before that was just buying a product that was shipped to market too fast. It didn't have proper testing. They didn't understand what value they're bringing to the customer. And then they started adding the pad to the floor because they realized how valuable that is. And it's a necessity to have a pad. I've been telling the world for 7 to 9 years, put in a pad. Oh, but the warranty says, okay, so let's just deal with this. We've also dealt a lot with Schluter, and Schluter had problems because they had a training program. They got a great product, had a training program. We take the program, and we were told that the stuff was indestructible. If you follow the right process, it never fails. And if we got approved, we took the courses, we'd get a piece of little plastic in our wallet. And that little thing said, hey, you're an approved installer for Schluter. And I used to run around going, hey, if your installer doesn't have the Schluter card, they've never been trained properly, there's no guarantee they're going to do it right. Well, they got rid of that. And I'll tell you why. They used to have a warranty that said, if you have a problem with the product, we'll come out, we'll tear your shower apart, we'll figure out exactly what went wrong. Well, that's great and all. But if it's an installation problem, then all of that work that the Schluter did, they send you a bill for it. So that's the downside of doing warranty as a homeowner. Can you imagine? You got to fly somebody out, put them up in a hotel, pay their meals and their labor to go do a demolition on a product. And all they did was say, hey, it was installed wrong. And you're right back to square one because you paid a contractor, put it in. Now you're fighting with their insurance company. You still don't have a shower. This is why I'm trying to teach DIY guys, because there's enough information out there that you guys can do your own work and follow the correct procedure that you don't need to worry about warranty. Can I just say this? Warranty is a claim that they attach to a product for marketing purposes only. There is never any intention on an installation product to pay out a warranty because the product works. It's always the installation. Let that soak in. Let that soak in. If it fails, it's you, not the product. When's the last time you went to a dinner party and someone sat down and said, oh, I work for the warranty claims department of XYZ Corporation? Anybody in there ever in their life ever met someone like that? I've met truck drivers, I've met lawyers, I've met doctors, I've met air traffic controllers, okay? Very few people have that job. I've met heart surgeons, a few of those people. Never met a warranty guy at a dinner party in my life. They don't exist. What they have is rules and regs, and they frame this idea of normal use, normal wear and tear. They define it, and if you don't like it, too bad. You're outside the box. You live abnormally, all right? If you got kids and pets, you live abnormally. I'm not going to say the company, but one of the companies out there is a major flooring company. They're selling flooring, all right? And in their warranty claim, they literally say this. You have to have a floor mat at the entrance of your home for when you come in from outside, so your shoes don't have little pebbles on it that scratch the floor. And when you wash that mat, you have to have a replacement mat in place to guarantee protecting the floor from foot traffic. That's the extent that the warranty is listed, okay? They have no intention of ever paying you a dime. So when it comes down to, well, I don't want to do something and not have a warranty, I get it. The warranty and the claims in the warranty claims, you should read those before you buy a product to find out what the capacity of that product is. For instance, Home Depot has in the warranty department, their warranty says, don't ever put it in a sunroom, right? Their flooring, don't put it in sunrooms because if it gets too hot, it's a disaster, okay? Right away, you should realize, wait a minute, if it's a disaster when it gets hot, it must have a lot of wood in that core. So it's not stone and polymer. There must be wood in it if it expands and contracts that bad, right? So now you know, wait a minute. Okay, so it's waterproof on the surface, but if there's wood in the core, then maybe I shouldn't put it in my basement unless I have a vapor barrier underneath. Like there's a lot of things going on. So reading a warranty can be helpful. Now, what I'm going to do right now, before I just go and spend the next 3 hours with a verbal diarrhea talking about warranty, let's talk to you guys. Let's hear some questions from you. Matt, jump me in here. And let's get some questions before we go to the phones. All righty. And let's try to keep along the warranty concept. I could answer questions about anything all day long, but we want to focus on the subject matter. So when then somebody out there in the YouTube land clicks this video, they're going to get educated. Okay, that's the goal here. Okay, Reebok says, where I live, to get a competent installer such as yourself is impossible. You'll have to learn DIY, and as such, I've learned warranty is useless. Yeah. Now, when it comes to mechanical, warranty is great. But when it comes to installation assemblies, that's where we run into problems. What's your flooring assembly? What's your underpad? What's your Schluter system? Did you know that Schluter used to say that if an installer put it in, it was guaranteed? And then somewhere along the line, they said, wait a minute, we have to put in average use, normal use for a shower, because they came to realize that no matter how good their system was, if you use the shower all day, every day, it's going to leak. Everything needs to dry out. Word to the wise, if you're putting in a Schluter system or any membrane shower system, okay, custom floor, put in a floor heat system as well so that you're always drying out the base. A dry floor never leaks, okay? That's what I try to do in all of my builds from now moving forward. If it doesn't have a heating system in the floor, I don't have confidence that it's going to last long term. Let's get another question here. Bum, bum, bum. Here we go. There we go. Thanks, Matt. I've never seen anybody actually be able to get anything out of a flooring warranty. Manufacturers are very stingy. Okay, well, here's the thing. Look at it through the eyes of the manufacturer. Okay, they make a product. It's stone, it's polymer, it's CPVC, vinyl, okay? There is no reason that that shouldn't last, right? And if they put a thick enough layer on there, then how many years that's going to last? So as long as you install it right, it should last. That's the simple math. Now the warranty is built around that basic concept. If there's no inherent damage at shipping, then there's no reason the product won't last, except unless you break the rules for installation, which can be as follows. You have too much slope in your floor. There's a rule about how many inches over how many feet slope you can have. Every product is different. The wider the plank, the more rigid the plank, the different kind of installations, they're all different. You have to check your house against the product, okay? A lot of vinyl products don't actually go in homes built before 1990. Unless it's in the concrete in the basement, because dimensional floor joists have too many, hips and valleys in it. All right, too many peaks, ups and downs, and the flooring can't cover that without breaking the joints when you walk on it. So you got to be really, really careful about what product you're picking for your house. The older the house, the more desirable it is to go back to hardwood, because hardwood will follow contour. It'll span joist to joist, whether it's up or down. It's tongue and groove, it's got cleats, and you can install that in any situation. But the truth of it is, like, what are they selling you? They're selling you a fake floor that looks like hardwood for under $4 a square foot. There's no intention there of actually having a warranty claim against the product itself. Now, there might be situations, and it could be extremely rare, where they're running through the flooring and somebody didn't fill up the backup reserve for pouring the vinyl coating on, and maybe a couple hundred square feet went out without a surface. And if that's you, then they're going to cover you, okay? But if you scratch your floor, no, that's not normal use. If the floor gets scratched, it's you. You scratched it. You're not supposed to scratch it. Do you understand? It's not scratch proof, right? It's safe for pets. It's better for pets and kids than some other flooring, but it's not scratch proof. Did you know that in some warranties for the companies, they'll actually say if you roll your fridge across the floor and put it in position after you're done doing the flooring, you voided your warranty? Yeah, because that's heavy and it can scratch. You're supposed to put down plywood to roll your appliances on top of the flooring. Think about it. Like, have you ever read the warranty before you used a product? Or is it only after and when you have problems? There are problems out there with the tongue and groove joints. If you lock your joint in and I didn't like that, I got in the wrong spot. You lift it up and you slide it over and then you put it back down. Boom. Well, when you lifted it up, you found some pieces of the tongue that broke off. So you cleaned it up, right? Because you don't want to have the bump. So you stick the floor back down. And then a year or two later, the floor's separated. You call the warranty guy. They send someone out because you're hell-bent. This floor failed. They'll lift up that piece and they'll measure how much tongue and groove are in that cavity. And if it's missing part of the tongue and groove, they're going to blame you for installing it twice. And it voids the warranty to set it more than once. Yeah. So, buyer beware. McMiddles is here asking, is a Schluter thin set worth spending extra for? It says it needs to be Schluter thin set for the warranty. Now, this is where it gets interesting, right? Schluter is one of these companies. They actually had a warranty department and they were run off their feet because they developed a product line that had two types of thin set for installation, modified and non-modified. And the skinny is this. Modified thin set is designed where the thin set is supposed to dry out, okay? So it's on wood so it can dry out, right? The non-modified is the old stuff and it doesn't have to dry to cure. And so every time you've got one of these plastic membranes, you've got to ask yourself, if I got a plastic membrane, water doesn't go through it, and I put on huge tile and I use a regular thin set that needs to dry out, how's it going to dry? The water's got nowhere to go. Failed installation, okay? And so they ran into these problems all the time. And so the best solution for them was to go back to the drawing board, come up with their own thin set that they could use in every single application that always works. And it works. Like, it's good stuff. Don't be afraid of it. It's only a few extra bucks for peace of mind. You don't have to worry about, do I do the right assembly? So I tell my people, guys, if you're going to do tile and you're going to use any kind of waterproofing membrane system, go with the Schluter All-Set because it always works, okay? It's, no matter what you're doing, proof. Spend the money. Don't try to outthink the science because you'll think yourself around the wrong corner and end up doing something wrong. And once you put the tile down and you find out that it fails, you've wrecked the grout, you've wrecked the tile, you got to lift it all. They probably don't have it in stock anymore. What if you did it in your kitchen? It's underneath your cabinets. Well, there's a hell of a mess, isn't it? So spend the extra $50 to $100 on an entire project and get the All-Set. And the reason they say use it in order to have a warranty is because people stop calling with problems when they use it because they're not using the wrong cement. Problem solved, right? Nothing wrong with that. I totally understand their concept there. Oh my goodness. The warranty on flooring states that we have to apply quarter round trim. Do we have to follow that? Okay. No. Do you really want the warranty? What good is it? Like, if you don't scratch your floor and you install it right, it's going to work. So then what good is the warranty? Think of it this way. If you put in your flooring, and let's go back 5 years. They said you had to leave that 1/4 inch to 3/8 gap all around the room. On a vinyl floor that doesn't even expand and contract. Because they weren't sure if the consumer, you, the DIYers, are going to know the difference between laminate and vinyl. So they figured, well, if we tell them to do the same thing for both products, it'll eliminate the confusion so you guys don't screw up. So they were giving you really bad advice about the installation. That's why everybody thinks you got to put your kitchen in first before you do vinyl, even though it doesn't hardly expand and contract at all. It's the least movement of all the products on the market. You can put it underneath your cabinets. But the point is this. If you follow the instructions, it means you have baseboard, you installed flooring, and then you have to leave an expansion gap. The only way to cover that is to add the quarter round. Okay? If you're doing new construction, you don't have any baseboards yet, it's the same thing as quarter round. If you have no baseboard, you put the flooring in, you leave an expansion gap, and then put on the baseboard, you have the same thing. You've left the gap for the expansion and contraction, which really won't exist. It doesn't occur, okay? We don't build like we're gonna lose power and have -50 weather. We don't build that way. We build for extreme scenarios, but not that extreme, okay? And it takes -50 to make vinyl with a stone core move that much. So let's not worry about it. Okay, at what point would a homeowner say the warranty is worth their time? If I have to spend all day dealing with the company, I'm probably not going to worry about it because I could be out making money. Yeah, you know, it is a time. It's okay, let's talk about this. What do you get if you win? What do you get if you lose? So you make a warranty claim, and if you win, they're going to give you free product. That's it. They don't cover anybody's installation. They don't pay you for your time for your installation. They just replace product. Okay. If you lose, you paid for the guy to come out and do the investigation, his flight, his hotel, his meals. That's all on you. If you are going to say, listen, I did it right, it's not me, it's your product, I'm going to force you to drive out here and fix this mess, you're the one on the hook. All right? Warranty is not customer service, okay? Warranty is more like a legal system, all right? It's very adversarial, okay? I worked in warranty before. It's very adversarial. You have to smile and you have to treat people properly, but warranty people are not there to make your life easy. They're there to say no. Okay, understand that. So if you're going to get involved with it, you better be a semi-retired person with lots of time on your hands, because you're in for a fight. Frank says, hey, Jeff, I got my pool cage painted and noticed some paint chipping off. My question, how can I fix paint so I don't see chipped paint? Should I use fillable primer? Which brand would you recommend? So pool cages, guys, are down in the south, okay, Florida. We call them bird cages, and it's aluminum extrusion. Any decent metal spray paint enamel will paint over that and do really great. Shouldn't just peel. That's kind of a weird thing. So whoever painted didn't prep first, okay? Yeah, that's disappointing. My goodness. Oh, my. All right, next question. Blank, blank, blah. Totally experienced it. Thought about suing because I paid for an extended warranty for 5 years. Literally said they cover almost any damage. Called, they said it was wear and tear. It wasn't. Okay. You got to be careful to what a salesperson says and what a warranty lists out. All right? People will say anything to close a deal. Show me the warranty. Print it off. Let me read it. Your warranty is your contract. And if it scares the hell out of you because it's 9 pages, then run. A simple warranty says something like this. Hey, we make a great product. If it's delivered to you and it's damaged, let us know right away. We'll ship more product out to you. Otherwise, you're on your own, pal, because the product is great. And if anything bad happens, it must have been your fault because you installed it in an improper situation with too much slope, or you didn't close the gaps right, or you're in a hurry, or you're working in the dark, or God only knows what's going on. You're dragging everything across the floor. Did you know that some of the flooring out there, you can't even have a chair on caster wheels, or you void the flooring warranty? So if you're putting in vinyl and you're putting it in your office and you don't put down that protective cover, and you got caster wheels, you can't have a warranty on that because the wheel sits with weight. And when you move, it turns right on its own spot. And that can be too much wear and tear for that floor over 20 years. So they say, forget it. You send in a picture, you got your office and your chair sitting right there. They go, oh yeah, no, there's no warranty on your floor. You're done. Yeah, and guess what? One of the best things that they do in these floor companies is they change the pictures every few years. So even if you did have a warranty claim and it was actually a warranty claim, you can't get the same color. So you got to do the entire project over again because you can't just patch and repair because they've changed the colors. And they only supply the product. So then you got to decide if you wanted to go through that upheaval of kicking everybody out, getting rid of all the furniture, doing the entire main floor over again. Over what? Because one part of the house has got a little wear and tear. Maybe you thought it was a little too premature. I know, it's a messy thing. Messy, messy business. Let's get another question, Matt. Home Rapid Repair. Your statement saying warranties are for marketing purposes only is brilliant. Wish more consumers would hear this message. Well, if you want more people to hear it, it's really simple. Hit the like button and share this with people that you know. If you've got people that are going to look at doing home renovations or hiring contractors, share this message. It doesn't take more than 20 minutes to go to a company's webpage, go to their warranty. It redirects you to the warranty company. You can go and read the whole warranty, and you can find out, wow, what are the conditions for this? Because there's lots of products out there being sold, and they'll tell you how thick it is, what the lifespan expectancy is, how wide the board is, how beautiful it is. But they don't say, hey, you can only put this in if you have less than 1 degree slope in your building. It's got to be perfectly flat or you're screwed. Okay, well, that's important to know, right? Remember, the wider the plank, the flatter the floor has to be, or the locking joints just won't work. Okay? The skinnier planks give you more flexibility. That's why 100 and some odd years ago, hardwood went in with 2 2¼ inch pieces of wood. Because you got flexibility, because it had dimensional lumber. Floor joists are going like this. You need flexible product. Vinyl is not flexible. Stone polymer core is not flexible. Slab on grade, basement floors that have been poured really nicely, and maybe even some leveler, engineered floor joist packages, great product. Old school dimensional lumber, it's a nightmare. I'm just warning you. All right, let's get moving on to the next question. And then I think up at 5:30, Matt, we'll start taking some phone calls from people who've got questions and problems. Maybe we can help you navigate some of your messes. Crazy Crypto question: what is the purpose of a contractor? They all seem like con artists and ripoffs, like realtors, just a BS job ripping hard-working people off. Well, that's a really interesting take on life. First of all, real estate people have got to take courses and they've got to understand the paperwork and the laws and how to protect the consumer. You could think you could buy and sell your own house, but you can't. All right. Years and years ago, I actually got an insurance license to sell insurance. Man, I was in my early 20s. I'd do anything for money back in those days. And you know what I learned is that the insurance language is different than English. So up is down and left is right. Okay. So when you read your contract, you think as a consumer that you're protected and everything is in there. And yeah, that sounds perfect. You sign away, but you're signing in a foreign language. You have no idea what's in that contract. When it comes to real estate, you need a pro. When it comes to contractors, you need a pro. If you are always having an experience where the contractor is ripping you off and they're con artists, it's because you're trying to get them for cheap and you're hiring at the bottom of the barrel. All right, let's see if we can take some calls here now. There we go. Hello, it's Jeff here. Who am I speaking with?
Oh, hi, Jeff. This is Hector from Pennsylvania. I love your show.
Thanks, buddy.
First time I'm talking to you. Really happy to talk to you. I just had a quick question.
Shoot.
So we installed a vinyl fence about 10 months ago. We are in the process of putting a warranty claim now. We think that the weather, because it was around the cold season,
yes,
that the post moved around and shifted around, and the fences started leaning towards the outside, and there were some misalignments, and none of the gates worked, none of the gates closed. They're not latching properly. He was looking fine when they installed it, but now it's all over the place. So we're going to try to go through with the warranty claim. Do you think that's going to be a viable thing to do? I mean, we didn't really do anything wrong.
Okay, so who's the warranty with? The warranty is with the installer or with the manufacturer of the product?
The installer.
You have a warranty claim with the installer. Okay, now, when you make a warranty claim with an installer, and this is a totally different world, what you're basically saying is, hey, you guys didn't do your job right, and I want you to come fix it. Mm-hmm. Okay? And they have two options for that, yes or no. Mm-hmm. If they say no, then you have to then go pursue litigation. Mm-hmm. And if they have commercial contractor insurance and you sue them, the insurance company is going to be the one representing that client. Mm-hmm. You're in for a real battle. Okay?
Yeah.
It's not a short-term problem. You might find it a lot cheaper and less stressful to just hire someone to fix the mess. Mm-hmm. Because honestly, a vinyl fence, you can take the panels apart, you can pull a post, and then you can reset posts and reinstall the fence.
Got it.
Okay? Yeah. I know it sucks, and I know you lose. But unless somebody who's in this business identifies right out of the gate that my crew screwed up and I'm going to fix it because I care about my reputation, if they give you any runaround at all, you have a snowball's chance in hell of surviving that mess.
Got it. Yeah, okay? That was my fear. Okay.
Save your energy, because honestly, here's it, guys, for everybody out there, if you're getting fencing done, all right, know your code, know your frost line. You go and measure and make sure the holes are deep enough.
Yeah, and then we did get a permit. We didn't get an inspection because the county didn't do an inspection. I was hoping they would, but they did go through a permit, so that was kind of weird. But okay, thank you. I do appreciate the advice.
Yeah, you know what? I don't see a scenario where, unless they are concerned about their online reputation, that you're going to do well.
Okay.
All right. So life is short. And legal battles of that nature are long and arduous, and all the guy has to do is close up his company and open up a new LLC, and he doesn't exist.
Yeah.
So, okay. Yeah, this is the game we play with contractors. If you're hiring contractors, you become the project manager, and you make sure you know how the process is supposed to go, and you manage every step for them, because there is no recourse after the fact if it fails. Mm-hmm. All right. Okay. All right, my friend. Sorry about your trouble.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
It sucks, but that's yeah, dude, that's the way the world works nowadays. You really got to be, like part of the solution, part of the process. Anyway, have yourself a great day. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
All right.
Wait to see the rest of your renovation.
Cheers, man. Bye-bye. Yeah, that's heartbreaking. But guys, let's face it. Like, there are fewer and fewer contractors out there. There's more incentive to do quick shoddy work than ever before. Okay? Like back when I was growing up, everybody in town knew who you were. And if you did bad work, you never worked again. You'd have to leave the country. Nowadays, everybody hides behind a company name. No one puts their own name on their company anymore. It's incredible. You know, like back in the day, John Smith Plumbing, or even crazier, like a last name that no one's ever heard of, put their name on the truck, right? Yeah, it doesn't happen. Everybody hides behind a company. It's easy to change their clothes. All right, Matt, let's get back to some questions. What's the best way to document for warranty purposes? Do you have to record the whole process? Great question. Generally speaking, warranty people want to have proof of purchase, and that's about it. You can prove that you purchased it, then they'll listen to what you got to say, okay? But they're going to ask you questions like, hey, what's the slope in your house? Did you climatize the product like the warranty says to? Right? Did you use the right fasteners? Did you use the right adhesives? All these kinds of things. Did you take the course? I mean, are you an approved installer? All depends on the company and the warranty. They're going to ask you a bunch of questions. And as soon as you give them a reason to say, oh, I'm sorry, you're not covered, you're done. So before you call, read the warranty over. If you think you have a legitimate claim, and then maybe you'll realize one of two things. A, oops, I did make a mistake. I should have read the warranty information before I did the install, because maybe watching a YouTube video wasn't quite enough. Read the warranty information so you understand the spirit of the product and what the pitfalls are with the installation. And then you can take that information and add it to the information that you already have about installing to help avoid problems down the road. Because if you know you can't install something in the sunroom, well, then you really better be thinking, well, I really better climatize that product before I install it too, then, if it expands and contracts, and maybe I should take the baseboards off and then leave extra gap and then put the baseboards back on and not just rely on a shoe mold. Just saying, and maybe that's not a great product to put under your kitchen cabinets if it's got expansion contraction issues too. Yeah. And maybe, just maybe, we shouldn't use a heated floor in conjunction with that one in the bathroom, because if heat is bad in a sunroom, it's bad in the floor situation. A lot of wisdom you can gain from reading a warranty on a product. All right, let's get on to another question here, buddy. Oh my goodness. Flying Sawallow. Our neighbor's new house flooded when a plastic toilet connection broke. Builder said it's the house manufacturer's warranty that should cover it. Yeah, wipe their hands clean. What do you think? Okay, so a plastic fitting on a toilet broke, and now your house is flooded. Wow, what a cheap ass toilet. There is no way that plastic should be the limiting determining factor of water coming in your house or not. It should always be a rubber gasket or something along that line. But plastic, that's scary. If it's a new house, okay, you're covered by, in Canada, we have a Tarion Home Warranty Program, okay? And so it's kind of like a governing body. And all the builders have to be approved to operate inside that Tarion Warranty Program. And I'm pretty sure they do share a little bit of responsibility. And they kind of like, they have a process that governs it. No one specific trade is ever really liable for that. The home builder is responsible. They will then turn around and they will have some sort of civic action against the contractor who did the installation, who can then turn around and have an action against the supplier of the toilet. It all goes downhill, okay? So when it comes down to it in a new home construction, you find the guy that has the general contractor, the construction license. They're the one you approach, and you let all the other chips fall as they may. Okay, if you go talk to the plumber, you're wasting your time. You got to go start from the top and let everybody else do what they do. My goodness, that's really sad too. Like a toilet. This is what you get when you put in a $40 toilet, guys. My goodness. All right, Bianca, I live in Canada. Is it the same for installation warranties? Bianca, I live in Canada too. I'm over here in Ottawa. Yes, installation warranties are very limited. You're going to find that every product has got an ideal scenario for installation, and they'll have things that you should avoid listed in the warranty. Okay. And so by reading the warranty information, you actually empower yourself to know if that product should go in your home. It's worth reading because our construction is so similar with the United States, and our building technology is so similar, and our products are across the border, are all the same. They just have minor changes in the label to deal with things like having French and English in Canada. And sometimes there's different corporations set up with the same product and marketed differently just because of the nature of the product itself. Like we have softwood lumber issues and other building material issues. And so we can't put a product across the border with the same name on it. It's just very confusing. But yes, we have exactly the same problems as we do in our neighbors in the South. And so that's why we need to educate ourselves. All right, let's take this call. Hello, Jeff here. Who am I speaking with?
My name is Steve Sachs.
Steve, what can I do to help you out, buddy?
Oh, are you the one that's on TV right now?
Yes, sir. It is Jeff from Home Renovision. I know I answer my own phone. This is not the Dave Ramsey show. They don't. I don't have people answering the phone and putting you in the queue.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
No worries. You go right ahead. You ask your question, my friend.
Okay, I'm remodeling. I live in Crowley, Texas.
Yes.
And I can't get the right information from Home Depot or Lowe's.
Okay.
But I'm trying to remodel these bathrooms. Of course, I tore the walls down.
Yeah.
On one of them, and I'm going to be putting sheetrock back up. I'm having to redo all the wood because of termite. And you could take your finger and put it straight through the wood.
Yeah, we get the same thing with carpenter ants up here. Just turns to dust.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I ended up replacing the 2x4s, but I was going to put sheetrock up. But then I go into all these nice buildings and walk in their bathrooms and they're tiled real pretty. Everything looks real nice. Would I be able to put tile over the sheetrock, or do you need backing board?
Yeah, there's
some type of cement board.
Yeah, Steve, you got two options. Okay. One option is you can put in a 1/2-inch cement board, and there's special screws for that, and they usually sell them right next to the product. I know Home Depot carries it. It's a Hardy board, cement fiber board.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've heard of that.
That's a great option. Or the second option is you can use drywall, but then you've got to buy a waterproof membrane like a cloth. So Schluter Kerdi is a cloth membrane you can buy in a roll at the Home Depot as well. And you would apply.
Yeah, I've seen that on the video.
Yep. You've applied the thin set, you put the membrane on, and then you can tile over top of that.
Oh, okay.
Right. So if you're not comfortable working with cement board, you can go Kerdi, but cement board is definitely a lower cost option. The difference is, yeah, like it depends how much use it's going to see, right? If you're going to get a lot of use out of it, Steve, then having the vapor membrane of the Kerdi board helps keep water vapor from passing through the wall. But if it's a once or twice daily shower for a few minutes, you go cement board, you can use like a roll-on paint like Red Guard. And you can roll that paint on. It creates a rubber membrane inside the shower, and it creates a waterproofing system, and it works just fantastic.
Oh, okay.
All right.
You just answered more questions than anybody has.
Well, it's not that tricky, you just got to know the end before you start. So if it's a lot of use, having a vapor barrier as part of the shower wall is helpful. But if it doesn't, then just a simple water management tool like Red Guard works great.
Okay.
All right. Well, cheers, Steve.
Okay,
thanks for the call. And cheers to Crowley, Texas.
Yeah.
All right, my man.
If you saw this house and all the problems I had with it, even you freak.
All right. Well, listen, you have a good renovation. And listen, if you have any more questions down the road, you can't catch a live show, consider joining our membership program. You go on your computer, hit the little join button in the corner of the screen, and $5 a month, you can get access to me. We have a members forum. And you can send pictures and ask me questions, and I'll get in there and help you out.
Yeah, you already seen what I had to do to the wall. This guy super glued wallpaper onto the wall.
It's easier to tear the whole wall off, isn't it?
Wallpaper. Yeah, I ended up having to tear the whole damn wall out. And it was green striped with a white background all over the bedroom.
Well, that's
It
amazing.
looked like the FTD floors in jail.
Well, thanks for the call, Steve. I'm going to let you go and open up the line for somebody else, buddy. All right?
Okay.
All right. You take care. Bye-bye. There we go. Wow. Yeah, it can be hard to get information, right? You go to the Home Depot, and a lot of the times the staff that are working there, great people, they've been trained to know where the products are on the shelf. Most cases, they don't have any expertise about wall assemblies, tile assemblies, floor assemblies. They just can't help you out. That's what we're here for, guys. If you need help, consider joining our membership program because we can help you out. I can get in there, answer questions, look at pictures, and I'm not going to talk about it right yet, but our membership program is getting revamped soon, and we're going to be even better. So we're looking forward to that. All right. Hello, it's Jeff here from Home Renovision. Who am I speaking with?
Hey, my name is Vipi. Thanks for picking my call.
My pleasure.
So,
Thanks for calling.
thank you. Nice, nice talking to you. I've been waiting for a call with you.
Nice.
So,
What can we do to help?
your videos helped me to start doing a lot of work at home.
Yes.
Saved a lot of money. I would say more than 20,000 in the last 6 months just because of you.
Well, that's fantastic. That's the whole point of our channel, to try to empower people to do it by themselves so that you get good results instead of paying people who don't know how to do the job good money and then messing it up. Right?
Yes.
So good for you.
I brought a lot of family and friends to come and see the work.
Yeah.
So they can judge my work. So they almost wanted to give me a contract. So
You got a question, or did you just call to brag on that we've been helpful?
no. So sorry for that.
No worries.
So I wanted to have confidence. I started thinking about building my.
Uh-oh. We're losing our connection. You're gonna have to start over, my friend.
Yeah. So I'm trying to build it. I spoke to some of the contractors. They are reluctant for partial work because I don't want to do all the work because plumbing, some bathroom work. I don't want to take any risk.
Yep.
Being a new for beginners. So, but most people are shying away. They don't want to do partial work.
Yep.
I keep looking for it, and even when it comes to permits, I'm not sure if it is okay if I get some work done by the contractor and then let them come and inspect and.
Yeah. I totally get it. All right. Well, here's my rule of thumb. Okay. When it comes to dealing with contractors on a job, if you're going to hire someone to do part of the job, okay, and you're on a permit, they don't get paid until their work is inspected. Okay.
Oh, is it?
So if you hire a plumber to do the rough-in for the plumbing in a bathroom, for instance, the inspector will check that work. So you don't pay the plumber until their work passes. Okay.
Right.
Tradesmen are used to getting paid 30 days after they do the work. Guys, 30 days. It does not offend a tradesman to say, I'm going to get the inspection next week. If you pass inspection, I'll send you the money. Doesn't offend them. Okay. What happens is if you pay them up front and there's a defect, now you have to wait for them to come back to fix it. And then you're really in trouble. Now you can be waiting weeks. So you don't pay them until they pass inspection, okay? That's the one rule. And it is harder and harder and harder to find guys to do smaller jobs. I totally understand. I agree. So if you're going to get inspections, depending on your code and the county or the state that you live in, sometimes you can hire a handyman to do some of the work. So take a look at the rules for that, because a lot of states allow handymen to do $500 to $1,000 a day or per job. And so they'll be able to say, yeah, I can take care of the plumbing, or yeah, I can take care of the electrical, because they could be licensed to do electrical and operating as a handyman in retirement. Okay. And so if all you're doing is calling electricians, you're potentially missing out on some great opportunities to find labor that can help.
Okay.
All right. It's tough. I know. It's sometimes better to learn how to be your own electrician and be your own plumber. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
All right. Well, listen, my friend, appreciate the call. I'm sorry to hear that it's so trouble to. It's hard to find good help, isn't it? That's
Thank
just.
you, okay?
You're welcome. But you know what? If you want good work done in your house, you got to learn how to do it yourself. That's the way it is.
Before I hang up, so if there's anything that I want to directly check with you, how can I do it through the membership?
Do what? Get advice about your plumbing and electrical or something?
No. If there are any questions, I want to directly ask, like an email or.
Yeah. So the way the membership program works is when you join, you go to our homepage and under the community tab, okay. Once you're a member, you go to the community tab and there'll be a members only department and you can click that. And in that, there's information about how to go and join our forum. Okay. So it's a special conversation site that we have. And in that site, you can upload pictures and send in your questions, and then I can help you out.
Got it.
All right.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Have a good one.
You too, my friend. All the best. Bye-bye. Yeah, that's tough. Trying to hire a contractor. Listen, I mean, if the job is less than $1,000, nobody wants to take it. It's not 2008 anymore. You know, contractors aren't looking to work for food. There's just not enough guys to go around. And so the more independent you are, the more you learn, the less you have to be dependent on companies that are charging 2 and 3 times what they're actually worth to do a project, just to motivate them to show up. It's just the way it is, guys. Not going to go anyway. It's not changing anytime soon. We have a phenomenon of baby boom retired. Bam, contractors are gone. It will be 20 years of this demand for services because all the retirees are still maintaining their properties. Okay? They're still maintaining those properties. They still need trades. So we have a 20-year cycle of not enough people going around. So for the next 20 years, if you don't learn how to take care of your own business, do your own work, be your own electrician, your own plumber, your own carpenter, your own tile set, your own painter, your own flooring installer, you're out to luck. You're in line with the rest of humanity waiting for a trade. And if you get impatient, you're going to lower the bar of what you're willing to accept. And you're going to get someone in there who's going to do lousy work and screw you over. It's just a mess. All right, Matt, let's get back to some questions if we can. Let's see what's going on in the chat because I am too blind to read that. Maybe I should put my eyes on, right? Yeah, I'm getting old. Deal with it. All right. Raul says, amigos, saludos. What are you sending me Spanish for? You're from Tijuana, Mexico. Fantastic. Well, cheers to you, my friend. By the way, we do have a special Spanish channel. It's run up to about 130,000 subscribers. We've got an amazing team down in Colombia that they do all the voiceovers and all the editing and all that work, and they produce that channel specifically for people who are unilingual in Spanish. Because honestly, guys, we're just here to help. And if a huge amount of people that are coming into North America are unilingual and they want to get into the trades and they're here to work and support their families, then I'm going to help empower them as much as I can and give them the skills to do good work. Okay? That's what that channel is for. It does not make me a single time. I've been losing hand over fist on it, but I'm not going to stop because I love the idea of the immigrant story, you know, of somebody coming to North America and they got a family and they want to just work hard and help out, fill the trades gap. Nobody coming from a foreign country is taking someone else's job nowadays. That was an argument back in the 80s. It's no longer the case. Now, you can deal with all your politics in the United States, guys, the way you want to deal with it. But the reality is it's not the individual's problem, okay? It's a policy issue if you have a problem with it. We're just going to hear loving and helping support anybody. Listen, if you're willing to work and you're willing to work hard, you're my kind of people. I don't care where you are, where you're from, and where you're going, okay? I'm going to help you. I love helping people who are willing to help themselves. So let's just move on. Wow, crazy Crypto 411. Here in Los Angeles, a simple 80 square foot bathroom remodel costs 30 grand. Is that cheap? No, and I'll tell you why. Because a 3-piece bath in Los Angeles has probably got a certain quality stature to it. So you're dealing with custom shower, right? You're dealing with a tile floor. You want to have quality work. So your purchases on a new bathroom are going to run you $10,000 to $12,000 for your plumbing and your tile and your waterproofing and your shower systems and all your fixtures and your cabinets and lighting and everything else. Okay. Now, $10,000, let's call it that. That only is 30% of the project. It's a higher percentage of the project than every other aspect of the house. Did you know that the average bathroom only gets 80% return on investment worth of value when you hire a contractor? 80%. So you spend 30 as a homeowner, you get $24,000 worth of value. Well, what if as a homeowner you could spend $8,000 or $10,000 and do it yourself? You just made $14,000 for your time. I think $30,000 was the right price for that bathroom 3 years ago. Today, I think it should be $50,000. Because everybody's house has almost doubled in value in the last few years. And contractors who are still doing bathroom work for the same prices they were 2 years ago are out to lunch with the value proposition. Okay? If the homeowner is making money off of a contractor, then the contractor's being cheap and they should raise their prices. It's not changing for the next 20 years, guys. Don't think it's a blip on the screen. You'll be doing $50,000 and $70,000 bathrooms for the rest of your life. Get used to it and stop working for free. If you got a guy saying $30,000 and he's willing to do the work, I'd hire him. That's a low price. Just make sure that they pass their inspections before you cut the checks. All right. Wayne, met you today at the church. Yeah, Wayne. Wayne was just biking by out in the middle of God's country, and he saw us and he had to swing around and pop in and say hi because, well, you know what? We helped him do his basement. His daughter and kids and grandkids moved into the house, and so he finished off the space in the basement to make that possible. Wayne, thank you for joining the live show. Life is busy in their household around dinner time on the first day of school, but I appreciate you popping in. Cheers, buddy. It's awesome. Wayne's a retired electrician. He's in his 60s now, and he learned how to finish off a basement for the first time in his life watching our channel. Good on him. He probably saved himself like $40,000, $50,000. Great. Do you pay the contractor 30 days as well? My contractor claimed he needed me to pay him ASAP so he can pay the guys who are actually doing the work. Yeah. Well, listen, you know, it's a BS argument. In residential construction, you got 30 days or the contractor can put on a lien. It's not commercial, okay? Different arrangement. But you can call for an inspection and get one within 2 to 3 business days. So if your guy does work for you, get the inspection done, make sure the work is approved before you pay them. That's all, okay? And if you've got a contractor who can't pay his employees until he gets paid, if he's that broke, do you hear what I'm saying? He's running a business. He doesn't even have $5,000 in the bank to cover his staff, to make sure that his work is approved before you pay him. If he's that broke, you shouldn't be doing business with him. Have that conversation before you get started. Just so you know, when you're done, I'm going to get the job inspected because it's on permit. And when your job is approved by the inspector or defects are fixed, then you get that payment. And the payment will be after this inspection, lay it out. Have that negotiation before you start. A contractor who will not agree to that is broke, and you don't want a broke contractor in your house. Broke contractors do shady stuff to get paid. They're in fight or flight survival mode. It's not who you want to be in business with, okay? Just saying. Dear Lord, can we stop shopping at the bottom of the barrel? Whew. Yeah, I know. Reese wants to know, do you recommend DIY in an apartment building? Other people tell me this is a bad idea in case of leakage and it damages the neighbor's floor below. All right. So first of all, Reese, yes, you can do all kinds of DIY in an apartment building, but hire a plumber. Check with the apartment building. Usually the condo corporation's got rules for renovation. You got to hire a licensed plumber anyway, but you can do all the rest of the work. You can do all the surrounding work. You just can't do the actual plumbing, okay? You can't do the water and supply and the drain and the vent. But if that's the only limitation, that doesn't stop you from being a DIYer. It just means you got to hire a plumber, my man, all right? And they'll even have people on a Rolodex and be like, this plumber works in this building, and use that guy because he's more effective and efficient and he's there on a regular basis. So if you have follow-up work, or he can come in and do the trims while he's on the 9th floor today and the 3rd floor tomorrow and 6th floor in the afternoon, use that guy, all right? But definitely, it is an insurance issue, okay? So anything that catch fire And anything that can cause water damage should be done by a professional in those environments. Okay? Everything else you can do yourself. Cheers. Joseph, if you're thinking of certain renovations or add-ons, how to best discuss what projects need a permit with your local building office without tipping your hand. Well, your local building office has a phone number and an email. And you can ask them questions. And if they ask your address, you just don't answer. You just say, no, I'm doing research. I just need to know what the rules are. And they're more than happy and probably duty bound to tell you the truth about the rules and the regulations. They're not going to start creating a file, right? Let's just check out what's happening at number 3. That's not going to happen. All right? They're there to answer questions. They're there to help. Treat them like a solution to the problem, not an enemy that's looking to rat you out and take you down. Okay? It's the wrong attitude. Oh my goodness. Building inspectors are only a problem once you start doing things shady behind the back scene. You're trying to get away with something, that's when they know that you're cutting corners, and your work is probably cutting corners too. That makes you dangerous, and they will take you down. But as long as you're being forthright and you're saying, hey, I just want to know what the rules are to follow. What are my permits? What are my processes? Do I need it for this, this, and this, whatever? Follow the rules. Be open and honest. The best decision I ever made in my entire professional career, I was going to do a basement renovation and turn it into a secondary suite. It was challenging. It was an older building. I called the inspector, said, please come on site before I start. I want to talk through the program and the plan here because I can't see how I can satisfy the building code with this and this and this and this condition. So if we have to do variances and you got to approve them, I want to know up front what you're willing to approve and what you're not willing to approve. So help me design a solution so I know what I need to have when you come and do your final inspection so it passes. So we don't have to do this 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. That inspector loved me. We had a great relationship. And you know what? Not everything was done to code because it was impossible. But they have the ability to say, listen, this is the most important issues are taken care of. The secondary issues aren't. And we added this to the project to help make up the difference. They're happy. I'm happy. Client's happy. Everybody's happy. You don't get that relationship unless you treat them with respect and the project and the client with respect. They came from another job where the guy was trying to hide things. They were fuming mad when they showed up at my job. This is the reality. People are out there trying to get away with murder, and CSI shows up in the building code. They got to sort it all out. Well, that's stressful. The next time they go to your job, you should be anti-stress. You should be like, listen, tell me exactly what it is that you want to see, and I'll build exactly what you want. Problem solved. Inspectors are not your enemy, folks. They're your friends. They'll help you keep from killing yourself in your sleep in your own home. Okay? Oh, my goodness. Maybe that was a little bit too much of a rant. I don't know. All right. We've only got a few more minutes here in the live show today. Matt and I have been working out in the hot sun. We've been in 40-degree weather. We're exhausted. We just finished another shed series. It's going to be coming up in the next few weeks. We're looking so forward to sharing that with you because Matt's working with me on the tools, and we are starting something new. It's a father-son building kind of season. We're going to be doing this more regular on the channel now as I'm starting to, now he's done his school, I'm starting to apprentice my own son, which is kind of fun. I'm going to teach him how to be an expert builder. This is going to be a great series. Guys, if you got any other questions on warranty or construction, anything at all, blow it up. We're going to take another phone call or another question, but we're going to finish up in the next couple minutes. Sharon, I need help to hire a pool tile repair contractor. Estimates that you've got are very vague. Want to charge by the hour, but don't tell me how many hours it's going to take. $300 an hour. Okay. Wow. Yeah, Sharon, it's a very strange world. Okay. Ladies, I'm going to give you some advice. If you're out there trying to find a contractor, and I know this almost sounds sexist, but if you don't have a husband or a male friend who's there talking with the contractor, it's no different than going to the mechanic in the 90s. Okay? They're going to assume you're stupid or you don't know anything about construction, and they're going to just throw stupid numbers at you. Okay? Trying to get a contractor on the job at all right now is difficult. And if they show up, they're going to throw stupid money at you. You have the right to say that's dumb, okay? If you were to drain your pool to the point where you can do your own tile work, it's not that difficult. It's just a wall assembly like any other scenario. You could repair your own tile. I don't know how big the job is, but if you remember, you could send me pictures and I can walk you through your process. And then maybe you could take that on yourself and you'd be surprised. Tile work isn't actually all that tricky. It's just about having the right assembly, the right product, and the right procedure, and you can do it yourself. Now you can pay yourself $300 an hour. Not a bad gig when you think about it. Because at the end of the day, a good tile setter can lay about 300 square feet of tile a day. Okay? That's a fair assumption. In difficult scenario where you're taking the old off, putting the new on, you're going to add prep time. You're down to about 150 square feet a day. So you can decide if his price is worth it. Is it a 1 hour job? And he has to go there, unload all of his tools in his truck, do the work, and then pack everything back up again, right? And maybe that's worth $300. I don't know. I can't tell if I can't see. That's the value of membership, guys. If you're a member, I can give you better answers than I can just taking your 60 characters off the question in the video. Anyway, yeah, and maybe $300 an hour is more like a team of 2 or 3. When we were, yeah, it's a good point. Back in the day, we would charge a truck charge. So it'd be $100 to show up, right? That paid for gas and the time it takes to unload the tools. And then we'd have an hourly rate as well, right? There you go. And Manny's right in here. He knows what he's talking about. He's giving you the exact process. Yeah, beautiful. Love it, love it, love it. Nothing wrong with anything Manny just said there. Loving it. There you go. Great community. Guys, we're all here to help each other out. It is a crazy time in history. We do not have enough labor to go around. You're going to have to learn how to be self-sufficient. There is no other option. Okay? Contractors are all going to be working for the top 10% income earners in society. End of discussion. If you're not in that group, there's nothing left for you. Just get that in your head. There's nothing left for you. The only thing that's left for you are guys that group of people will not pay to step on their lawn because they scare the living daylights out of them. You don't want them in your home. Okay? And if you're a contractor, and can I just say this? If you're a contractor and you don't know what you're doing, stop being a contractor and go get a job. Spend a couple years working for somebody and learn your damn business first before you go trying to be a big businessman and step out. I'm so tired of hearing about how there's 23 and 24-year-olds being general contractors. You got no business, okay? You can't be a dentist just because you pulled one tooth out of a 3-year-old's head. It ain't going to work. You can't be a contractor until you're a grown-ass man with years of experience. So go get yourself a job, find someone to teach you who's got some integrity, and stop pretending you're a businessman when you're still a kid, okay? You're not helping anybody out. You're not helping yourself out. If you spend all your life doing things you don't know what the hell the job is, you're not going to get any better. You're going to learn a lot faster gleaning from someone who knows the business. So go get yourself a job for a couple of years. And then maybe after a few years, you do some growing up. You realize, hey, I've learned some valuable stuff. Now I can start a business. But dear God, do society a favor. Stop trying to be a businessman. Just because there's a void doesn't mean you can fill it with incompetence. That's all I got to say today. Guys, if you are looking for contractors, you're looking in the wrong place. Look to yourself. Buy yourself a mirror and start telling yourself this. You are your own best contractor. You can do it, and I can help. Cheers till next time.